Greetings to all of you from the divine world. I shall explain today what does it imply to become a spiritual person. It is said that the best description of spirituality is simplicity. The more you become simple as a person, the more you will become spiritual. You will see at this stage I have not mentioned about fasting or visiting religious or sacred places. A simple person who does not perform rituals is already cherished by the divine world. And if you continue on simplifying, you will catch the attention of the divine and they will start to give you an unconditional support and love. And that is how your life will transform. So, who is a simple person? First of all, with regards to your material possessions, it should all be simple. In this material world, you always have two options in terms of purchases. You can either buy cheap or average objects or possessions, or you may allow yourself to be tempted by very expensive and branded versions of the same objects. It is a question of choice. The sooner you come to the point of making only the right choices in your life, the sooner you shall only reap beautiful consequences of your choices. This is a big logic on the planet Earth on which we are living. Another important aspect of a simple life is to eat simple food. You are aware today that food courts and shopping malls are being constructed all around the country and all around the world. Fast food is very tasty to attract you. Fast food is addictive, just like alcohol and drugs, but you are not aware of it. The simple foods, and of course, simple, nutritious foods, will change the internal energy of your body. You have probably forgotten that whatever you eat and drink becomes your internal energy. So if your internal energy is of a lower quality, not to say of an inferior quality, how can your external world become spiritual or of superior quality? This is a perfect mismatch. You cannot build a superior spiritual life with an inferior energy inside your body. It doesn't make sense. And let me inform you that the material energy is considered to be the inferior energy of the absolute God, the creator of all that is. Whereas the spiritual energy is termed as his superior energy. Therefore, you shall have to make a conscious decision. Do I want to live an inferior life, or do I want to live a superior life? At some point in your spiritual journey, you may find yourself getting rid of objects and possessions that no more attract you. I have been through that several years ago, where I started to sell off some expensive objects that I bought when I was in the material world. And I felt so light and happy after these objects were no more in my personal life. To become spiritual, you have to take another very important step. You will have to wake up every day between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. because at this moment, the vibrations which exist in the atmosphere are not the same as throughout the rest of the day. In Hinduism, we call this the time of Lord Brahma, who is the creator of the whole universe. By only waking up during this time and not even performing any kind of meditation, yoga, all the cells in your body shall absorb those spiritual vibrations. And I will inform you why. It is because during this time, all the saints, all the yogis, and all the great ascended masters of the universe, they are sitting down and meditating. And whilst meditating, they are spreading those high vibrations throughout the whole universe. So you should seize this daily opportunity to grasp a maximum of all those spiritual vibrations. But if you add to this now your own spiritual practices like meditation, yoga, or reading your holy scriptures, you will benefit more and more. So this is knowledge. Knowledge brings light to your life. Knowledge removes darkness in your life. It is good also that I inform you if you are waking up between midnight and 2 a.m. This is not very good. You have to be very cautious because there might be some evil energies which are affecting your life. A spiritual person is also somebody who reads a holy scripture on a daily basis. Just a few paragraphs is enough. In the world of spirituality, it is said that the person who is reading his or her holy scriptures is worshipping the Lord with his intelligence. No need for rituals. You can pray the mighty Creator with your intelligence. This is a very useful piece of spiritual knowledge. But most important of all, you will have to implement what you have read. Because knowledge without implementation is only entertainment. And we do not choose spiritual life to become more entertained. Entertainment is the material world. A spiritual person is also somebody who speaks only soft and gentle words. That person is not allowed to hurt anyone Sarcastic and acidic and hurtful words are like tremendous weapons which a person can carry in his aura from childhood till death. Not to mention that those negative energies will cause all kinds of emotional and mental troubles in those persons, which can only be cured by the removal of all those negative energies. Another aspect that you must control when you become spiritual is that you must control your moods. Many people tend to become moody. Moods are only swings of emotions. A spiritual person has to make all efforts to remain stable without being disturbed by any kinds of emotions, be it positive emotions or negative emotions. Stability is another fundamental quality which you must develop to reach advanced stages of a spiritual life. Now, all that I am explaining to you will not happen in a few months, obviously. It will take several years for the fruits to appear on the tree that you are growing up. So this is the wisdom of the spiritual world. And lastly, I will say that in order to become gradually a strong spiritual person, you should always be ready to help the poor and the needy or anyone who asks you for help. And the kind of help that you must give to those persons must be an unselfish help. Many people like to help and they are expecting a lot of things in return, like gratitude, like some kind of reward, or even money. Unselfish help is greatly valued by the divine world, whereas helping others with selfish motives and bragging about it and feeling proud about it is an anti-spiritual action. So if you are a proud person, if you are an arrogant person, let it be known that you are very, very far away from the spiritual world. All that I am informing today does not come from me, but from a bank of knowledge which we call the universal knowledge. And all great ascended masters of the universe get access to this knowledge, and which they lovingly share to all those who come across their way. It is indeed a great chance to have a spiritual master in your life, to have a guide in your life. If you know how to make the most of the knowledge that such a person can transfer to you, then your life will transform. So we have come almost to the end of this session today, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your attention, for your likes, for your comments, and for your sharing. And it is now time for me to say goodbye. Thank you very much for your attention. May the Almighty bless all of you with love and